I'm Laura Lewis-Paul and I am the creative director and founder of Saffron Records.
My name is Ben Jacob. I am a technician and a tutor specifically for the Level 2 and Level 3 BTEC courses at DBS Music. Alongside this, I'm also an electronic musician and I work in A&R at Sublabel Recordings, which is an independent record label based in Manchester. I also do mastering and artwork for the label as well.
My name is Camilla. My artist name is The Lady Machine. I am a graduate student from DBS Music, and now I'm living in Berlin. And I run a label called Unterwegs with another artist from Bristol called Decca.
A breakdown of the sort of components of the label manager are A&R, artist development and financial. So A&Ring is very, I would say, that kind of beginning, the beginning part to the label, to what artists you're going to work with. So that's a lot of listening to new music, listening to demos, which can then form the artists that you want to work with and how you're going to curate release schedules.
I'm in quite a lucky position where I get to focus quite a lot on working with the artists and the musicians, just basically finding or supporting people as they're sending music through. I really enjoy giving people feedback on the music, which is obviously it links into the teaching and working in an educational position.
And then in terms of the artist development, that's very much setting artist strategies, marketing strategies, and then down to social media strategies.
Basically carrying that project through from the initial kind of submission to the label through to getting the pre-masters, sorting out contracts, doing the mastering and the artwork.
And getting all of the assets. So collecting the assets and ensuring that those are kept within the deadline. So that will be photography, recordings, EPKs. So then you've got everything that then you can send out to distributors, to PR companies, then pitching for magazines, radio, uploading the tracks or album or EP, whatever it is, to distributors.
Basically just structure around like checking up on like Bandcamp sales and orders, like replying messages from people. They're always inquiring about new releases. And also, if necessary, I always need to go to the post office to ship records. Like, this is some of like the little bits that people really like are not thinking about. And also like keeping up to date with the distribution regularly, and like making sure everything is going well with the promo campaigns for the releases. Plus, on top of that, also making music for the label, of course.
Financial, we do quarterly accounting for each of our artists. And then we'll have a set budget as well that we have for each artist. So just ensuring that we're keeping to that sort of budget, doing any invoicing, collecting invoicing, and then looking for brand partnerships and also any funding, available funding from sort of help musicians or PRS or establishments like that.
I think for me, it's the most important thing that made me want to have a label was to maintain my artistic freedom to release my own music without having pressure to send music to other labels, for example. Because I think as an artist, there's always some sort of pressure when you are like sending demos and also like waiting for feedback. It's a lot to take in. And I think that for me was the first thing that attracted me in the first place. But because I have been also a DJ for so long, I've been playing for 20 years now, it kind of made complete sense for me to want to promote other artists that I believe they deserve space.
Having the opportunity to work with different artists and different styles of music, where I'm getting the back end of the project where we get to just polish it and just make it really, really good. I really like that aspect of it.
When you see one of your artists doing well, like, I think that is actually such a magical thing to see, and to know that you've been able to support that happening is really special. I don't feel like that's ever going to get old for me. I don't feel like that's ever going to be something that changes, because you've supported someone on their journey to this really sort of creative career, and for them to, you know, have that feeling of feeling fulfilled in what it is that they're doing.
It's not like a selfish thing, but it kind of, you know, you're seeking not the reward, but the fact that they are now even more happy with their music than when they originally sent it through. And to have got to that point to send it through in the first place, they must have been pretty happy with it.
I would say that the vinyl industry, or the industry in general, if you're not doing like a vinyl label, it's always really tough. It can be really difficult to break through, very difficult to break through, and it might take a while until you can see any results, but you just have to keep pushing it. It's like, you can't think that within one record it's just going to be like bang and it will be amazing, you know. It's like a really slow build up. It's like bit by bit you're planting a seed until like you get to that point where you'll be satisfied with it.
Don't chase a scene. Whatever is the most popular music right now, no matter how good people are as producers or anything, by the time they've got up to speed to be able to make that music, it probably won't be the style that is most current anymore. So sticking to the styles of music that you enjoy.
And then I would say get that signature sound early. We actually started as a, you know, varied genre label, and it doesn't work. I would say, people need to know what and why they're coming to you.
And one of the most important things is having like that branding and that image. So in the same as like a music project, if you don't have a way of being identified, then it's a non-starter. After that, being kind of realistic about what they want to do with the label. So we didn't start by going, right, well, we're going to do 4 different styles. You know, I would imagine that most labels will start with one genre.